is a lucky day. It is 7. The 7th day of the month is the day to go gamble normally. Because it's a lucky number. 7, 11, the 21s. You got to go. You got to go. And you also got to go to TNI and Hayner's really cool weekend events and all the great stuff coming down the pipeline. Ramona, Ben, Lacy. Good morning.
Good morning.
How are we doing?
Great.
Doing fantastic.
It's always great when TNI starts to open up and the leaves start to get, I guess, not even change color, go back onto the trees, and you guys are cleaning up and everything looking good?
Yeah, absolutely. So our trails opened on the 1st, which was a Tuesday this year. And then, of course, we got all that rain. So if you come out and hike today, it's going to be muddy.
That was a lot of rain. My roof knows that.
Oh.
It's been an interesting 48.
Oh,
no, with that being said, though, how do you guys really manage that? Because, I mean, when you get excess amounts of rain like that and just downpours, I'm sure that does something with your erosion on certain points of your properties.
Yeah, so I haven't been out on the trail since we got all of that rain. But when we do have some of those erosion issues, of course, we have to go back in and do something about it.
Right.
I'm not part of that, so it's not up to me. But this time we'll go through and make sure that there aren't any big trees that have fallen down over the trails and things like that. That's first. And then we'll deal with the erosion issues if they came.
Well, once this rain starts to clear out, you guys are going to be full because people are ready to get back outside and ready to start doing stuff. And now, take me through this weekend event because this is a pretty big thing you guys got going on here.
Well, it's a fun partnership between the Nature Institute, Hayner Library, and Lewis and Clark State Historic Site. So great partners. We get to work with them a lot, but this one's going to be fun because we're using the same speaker for 3 different programs.
Really cool. And now fill me in on the speaker.
So this is Brian Fox Ellis. Ramona and I've worked with him before in a few different capacities, but he is a historian, naturalist, storyteller, very, very good storyteller. And sometimes he does programs where he knows the information and presents it. Other times he embodies the person he's talking as. So he'll be doing that as Prince Maximilian and as John James Audubon this weekend.
That's going to be such a cool thing. And Lacy and I were talking last week about this a little bit about just Audubon, because I had no idea about John Audubon at all. Like, this is going to be really great, I think, for all ages to go out and really learn something about really such a person made such an impact, you know?
Yes.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Thank you, Lacy. You know, so Hayner's involvement in this is capped out already, huh?
Oh, in terms of, yes, we have all the people signed up. Like we've reached capacity for our location. But if you're interested in coming, please call and get on the wait list because sometimes we do have spots that open up.
Well, and with the speaker, is he going to be doing different roles in the different spots, I'm guessing?
Yes. So we've got Friday, April 11th. We have John James Audubon's going to be at the Hayner Genealogical
That's so
Library.
cool.
Yes.
That is so cool to me.
So he'll be talking about his travels through North America, documenting the birds and later on the mammals that he saw, how he did his artwork, and kind of his contribution to science and North American culture.
That's so cool.
And then that Saturday, April 12th, it'll be Brian Fox Ellis on the trail, but with his knowledge of all things nature and history, leading a bird hike at 8 a.m. at the Nature Institute.
You know, there's a lot when it comes to bird. Like, people would, like my age, go, oh, that sounds okay, until you really see, like, we have a really just a wide range of species that are really in our own backyard.
Absolutely. So we are on the Mississippi Flyway, which means we get all of the migratory birds that come through. So this time of year, we have a lot of our resident birds that are just here, and they're starting to do all of their breeding songs, their breeding activities, and then we'll start to see some of our migrants come back. And then, of course, the ones that are just kind of making their way through from north to south and all of the other ways that they move. But yeah, Brian will be here. He actually works for the Illinois Audubon Society as well. So he is a birder by nature. So he's going to come out. He's led, I think, 3 bird hikes at TNI just in the past couple of years.
Wow.
So he knows the property. He knows the birds. I'm really excited to have him out again.
Ramona and I had an opportunity a few years ago to do a birding hike with him just through the town of Bishop Hill. So this is just the local birds. It's not the ones you go out into the woods or the trails to find. And even that was fascinating with just the kind of the common bird feeder birds, if you will. He's very good.
What I think's so cool about it too is for maybe folks that have not done something like this, it brings in a new perspective because you start to kind of appreciate some of the things that you've been walking by or just having things fly over you for so long and just really haven't noticed it.
And if you are a non-birder or a beginner birder, this is a great hike for you because Brian is really great at bringing it to you, making it very, very accessible. He's not going to be listening to birds being like, oh, did you hear that? No. He's going to tell you stories about the birds that he's seeing. He's going to tell you some Audubon stories as we're hiking.
And we are going to on how to be a better birder.
Exactly. We're going to search out the cool birds that we are hearing so that everybody gets a chance to see them.
Ramona, didn't you say that y'all saw owls last time?
We did. So let's see, in February, he was here with an Audubon hike, and it was rainy, and it was gross, and it was cold. Like, we're not going to see anything. We saw some things, but we got to see some owls, and that was super, super cool.
That's awesome. Well, and this is what I think's great about this is it's really, all the events really do cater to certain portions of the family. Now, for the hike, what do you recommend? Is it for all ages on this, or? Yeah,
this one's going to be definitely for all ages. It'll probably be catered more towards adults, but he's great about bringing the kids in and involving them.
That's really cool. Yeah. I like this. And now, Lacy, with Hayner Library being full for your engagement of this, what do you think the audience is going to take away?
Oh, well, I hope that they just have a better appreciation both for Audubon as a person and a naturalist and also the birds in this area in the United States. Kind of like a teaser for the rest of the weekend, too. So I'm hoping some people will come, and you can come to all three events and get something different out of all of them. So I'm hoping people will come on Friday and then be inspired, on Saturday morning to get up and go on the hike and be out in the world, bringing the knowledge that they got the night before. So yeah, but you can also go to each one individually and still get something out of it. So it doesn't have to be, a weekend's worth of things if you just have time for one of them.
That's really cool. And now, what is the third event?
So later that Saturday, after you've gotten your hike, you can go get a coffee, go get lunch somewhere, come to the Lewis and Clark State Historic Site in Hartford at 2 p.m., where Fox will be doing a program as Prince Maximilian, this German prince who in the 1830s did a tour through a huge swath of North America, and he'll be there as the prince talking about his experiences.
That's so awesome.
Telling the Lewis and Clark story, we're talking about exploring North America early on in the 1800s. Right. And this is kind of that next group of people going through after Lewis and Clark. What did they see? In fact, when Prince Maximilian and Karl Bodmer, who traveled with him, are in St. Louis preparing to go further west, they have a meeting where William Clark is in St. Louis and he gives them all these helpful hints. Here's the tribe you should stay with. Look out for these animals.
Wow.
And for these European explorers, they're like, oh man, this is the cliff notes. This is the highlights.
Yeah. Well, and honestly, think of it because now I can probably Google what the safest way would be to get somewhere, and that's fine, and we'll have that done. But you don't have that back then, and you're doing this really on trust. That's what I think's true. That's awesome. Do you guys have a moment to stick around? We'll take a break. Come back, talk a little bit more.
We'll be here.
That sounds. We will. 10:17. A little bit of change on this Monday morning. We'll come back, talk about this great weekend of events for TNI. Really coming down the pipeline right away. Already this Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So you stay there. We'll stay here on RiverBender.com and Roku TV.
Oh no, another bad headache?
Yeah.
Maybe it's time to see your doctor.
OSF Healthcare can handle all of your family's primary care needs, including diagnosing health issues or referring you to a specialist. Schedule an appointment today.
No matter the season, Play It Again Sports in Edwardsville has the gear the athletes need to get in the game. Whether you're shopping for the newest sports equipment or saving money on quality used gear, Play It Again Sports carries what you need to maximize performance to get the most out of every swing, kick, stroke, or shot. We'll even buy your used goods, paying cash on the spot. We carry all the gear for all the sports all year long. We're your hometown sporting goods store. Play It Again Sports, conveniently located at 4 Club Center Court in Edwardsville.
Yo, what up? It's Mike Keith, the proud graduate of Lewis and Clark Community College. I got my start in broadcasting and now I work all over the country. I discovered my path in media, but I could have been an electrician. Or I could have been a nurse.
Maybe not. Get paid to go solar.
We're not solar bros. At Grid, we're solar pros. We explain the process behind solar power so you can make an informed decision. We'll work with you to make owning your power as simple as possible and affordable with zero down financing and payment options. Our only goal is to save you money. Call Grid when you're ready to be independent of the power company.
Looking for the best barbecue in Madison County? Head over to Carver's Barbecue in Godfrey, Illinois. From loaded barbecue nachos to mouth-watering pulled pork, brisket, ribs, and more, Carver's serves up award-winning flavors you'll love. Family-owned, Carver's is all about fresh, made in-house dishes served daily. Come visit us at 2716 Groveland in Godfrey, or give us a call at 618-467-9999. Order online, get it catered, or stop by for the best smoked meats around. Where great flavors meet family tradition, you'll find Carver's Barbecue.
Since 1993, Sparks Junk Removal is always adapting to the needs of our clients. That is why we now offer weekly trash pickup for selected areas. Plus, we offer driveway-safe rubber-tired dumpster rental. Give us a call today at 618-781-1407 or visit us at sparksjunkremoval.net.
You're listening to Our Daily Show with CJ Nasello on RiverBender.com.
They couldn't see and they just didn't understand. And looking in the mirror, there were fools at either hand. You shine a little light on my life. You shine a little light on my life.
We're here, 10:20. Welcome back. Start dancing, little ELO, TNI, Hayner's Library's in the studio. The gang's all here. You know, what else can you ask for? We're delivering for you, folks. And this weekend, TNI is going to be delivering for you. This is a really great, really immersive weekend for a way to start off your guys' season, I'd say.
Mm-hmm. Right, yeah. And you're giving TNI all of the credit here, but Ben's actually the one that brought Brian in with the Illinois Humanities Grant.
Oh, did you?
To start with for Lewis and Clark.
So, and see, I'm so glad, Ben, that, you know, to talk about the site, too, because you're going to be coming back on, I think, in a couple of weeks for Departure Day.
Yeah, so this is the kickoff to the spring events. Yeah.
So, it's amazing, though, because we have, that's such a historic spot right there, and really just a landmark that people should go and take a couple of minutes and just go back and observe a little bit.
Absolutely. I mean, this is American history. It's big, but it's also our local Illinois history.
Which I think's even bigger. Yeah.
That extra connection.
Mm-hmm. Right. And, you know, at the site, take me through some of the takeaways. Because you're there, you know, a lot more than I am. But even there, as many times as you are, do you still get that same type of sense?
Oh, I do. When it's not flooded over, we do have access down to the river, and you can see the confluence. And to me, to be at the confluence of two of the biggest rivers in the world coming together, you just feel the importance of that spot.
I love it.
You feel the history, the culture, the natural wonder of that spot, and I drive down there most every day.
Well, and how much those grants have to be not only important for the site but also for the region, because without those you can't have Thomas Jefferson coming in like last year and that you did, and all these other really cool things.
Yeah, Illinois Humanities, they do a wonderful job of all sorts of grants for museums, historical societies, libraries, and we've got Brian Fox Ellis coming in on the Illinois Humanities Rhodes Scholars Program. So this is a curated list of experts all around the state. There's musicians, cultural historians, naturalists, storytellers, people of different backgrounds sharing their own experiences here in Illinois. The goal is that anyone going to any Rhodes Scholars Program feels a connection to the cultural history and natural resources of Illinois in some way.
Well, and see, man, you're hitting it on the head, though, because the more that the youth gets involved and sees that, too, I think that gives you a little bit more of a reason to kind of stay in love where you live, too.
Yes.
Yeah, panning through that list of speakers, I'm like, I didn't know about this. I didn't know about this. And it's my job to know about this.
That's why I want you to know it's a curated list, too. And to get on that, I'm sure takes a little bit more than just submitting a Wikipedia entry,
Absolutely. These are experts.
Well, and to have everyone coming together on this, really, it's three great public entities, and I guess public in a way. Well, I guess, because everyone goes there, public. Yeah. You got Lewis and Clark and Hayner and TNI. And, on the Hayner side of things, is this something that Hayner looks to do more and more, because you guys really have just collaborated with the world, it seems like, the last couple of years.
Yes. We were on the radio station the other day, and I went back to the library and went into Mary's office and was just like, I love the collaborations that we're doing. I mean, in addition to what we're working on right now, we've got the story walk at TNI. And so there's a way for children to go enjoy reading in the woods, which I love. And then we actually have Thomas Jefferson coming back in May, which we're doing with the Lewis and Clark State Historic Site. So he'll be at Hayner, and that program is already full too. You got to read our newsletters and then jump on the registration line. But yeah, so it's like every time we do another thing together, we build that relationship. And also, I mean, it helps people know what's going on in the community because it's on y'all's website. It's, on ours, it's on social media. Yeah. So, I think it reaches new audiences as well for all of our programs. So it's really cool.
Yeah. Didn't they do a debate with John Adams last time? Was that good?
It was in Edwardsville. It was very good.
That would have been fun to see.
Perfectly embodied those two men. And they were going at it for two guys that in 2024 had hardly met each other. They were on good terms. And you felt the heat once they were in character.
I love that. I was telling I wanted to go so bad just to see how that would have played out. And, to bring these folks in, though, and that's what I think is so incredible is the fact that, even locally, you make that national impact. Because obviously you can't have, Lewis and Clark without Thomas Jefferson and the Louisiana Purchase and all those things to go and explore. So it's really cool.
I mean, that is Thomas Jefferson's baby. So to get to hear him come and talk about it,
that's so cool.
It just brings it to life.
I love this. This is amazing. So on Friday, you can't come. Sorry.
I didn't exactly say that.
They won't turn you. I don't think they'll turn you away, but the fire marshal would really much appreciate the.
Yeah, please get on the registration list if you're not already, and we will give you a call if you're on the waiting list, and we have room.
And now, just to recap, though, on Friday, what are we discussing?
Friday, 6:30 p.m. at the Genealogy and Local History Library. It's John James Audubon talking about birds and art. Some of it specific to our area, but he was all over the United States working on this. So that is Friday night, and then Saturday morning.
Saturday morning, come out to TNI for a bird hike, bright and early, 8 a.m.
We're ready.
You can do it.
You got this.
Bring your good walking shoes. Bring a water bottle. If you have binoculars, bring them. If you don't, I have a couple pair that you can borrow.
Really cool. And then before we move on real quick on what's coming up Saturday afternoon, TNI really fast, though. Is there anything else that's coming down the pipeline that you want to get the word out on?
Oh, goodness. So we have some art programs coming up. Those are new this year. So we have a kids art program at the end of April, and I didn't bring my dates with me, but get on our website, www.thenatureinstitute.org.
I got you.
Yeah.
I got you. It's right here on the 26th. Artful Adventures.
Yep, that's it.
And then, this is cool, the Great Outdoors.
Yeah. So
this is fun. I like that. That's cool.
In May, we have two Great Outdoors programs. One is May 3rd. The other one is May 17th, I believe. And those are both for adults, more adult-focused.
And what are we doing in those? Just because that's really cool.
So the May 3rd one is kind of a mixed media art. So going out with colored pencils, maybe some watercolors, different things. The Edwardsville Art Collective, I believe one of their instructors is coming out to do that program with us. So that one's mixed media, spring wildflowers. And then the 17th is colored pencils, and you're making seed packets. So I think that was going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah. That will be really cool. That'll be awesome. Yeah. And then on Saturday afternoon, Lewis and Clark State Historic.
So we will have Prince Maximilian talking about his 1830s travels through North America at 2 p.m. in the theater. So come to the Interpretive Center. We'll point you in the right direction. It's an hour-and-a-half program. There'll be a Q&A afterwards. We'll have some cookies afterwards as you fill out our surveys to say what you thought of it. And this one's going to be really cool because we've got Brian Fox Ellis embodying Prince Maximilian, but he's also using the artwork of Carl Bodmer. And people, if you go online and look up some of Carl Bodmer's work, some of John James Audubon's work, this is stuff you will recognize. You may not know the artist, but you will have seen these pictures.
Well, and see, that's why I think this is so cool because, this is just, Lacy's going to, literally look at me with rage. I can feel this already.
Can't wait.
I didn't know there was an interpretive center in part of the historic site. I didn't know that. I didn't know that.
There's no rage here.
I thought you were going to get so mad at me.
No,
for not knowing,
you're
CJ,
learning.
what are you doing over there?
No, there's always stuff.
They gave you the big chair, CJ, and you don't. But and it really though, man, it goes back to this bigger point. And that's what I kept talking about earlier. Is it's discovering where you live and loving it. Because the more that you can go do these things, like. Heck, I've had you guys on for over a year and a half now, 2 years since the show started, and it's just learning a little bit more about it and being immersed in what you guys are doing. It's really cool, man.
Yeah, there's great stuff in the Riverbend, and we're always finding new stuff as well. We're finding new trails to hike. We're finding new programs at historic sites. Cool. I'm still learning, so don't feel bad. That's the sign of.
I felt bad.
That means you're living a good life if you're learning new things and putting it into practice.
But that's a local historian right there.
I don't know everything. Do you have any questions you ask me that I'm like, I don't know?
Just kidding. But, it really is, guys. I think this was a great... How long did it take to put all this together? Because that's a lot of collaboration right there.
So the grants open up like the very first part of the year in 2025. We missed out on the grant opportunity last year with Brian Fox Ellis. So we jumped on it right away. So I started that paperwork as soon as I could. And I was like, if you're coming down, because he lives up in the Peoria area, I'm like, if you're coming down anyway, if you're staying the night, I've got some friends that might like to host you for some other programming.
Yeah.
And so I was very quickly on the phone, on the email with Hayner and the Nature Institute. So it was an obvious partnership, and it worked out pretty quickly.
Love this. That is the community at work right there. That's cool. And before we go, I know that Departure Days, I guess, are coming down the pipeline. Is there anything else that you want to fill our audience in on right now?
So that May event, Departure event, it is May 10th and 11th. That is our big event.
Yep.
If you want to come see, for sure, military reenactors, cannon and musket demonstrations, historic artisans that do carpentry, fiber arts, leatherworking, storytellers. This is the time to be there. Thomas Jefferson will be there, so if you miss him at Hayner, you can catch him at our site on May 10th and 11th. But I'm looking forward to, this one is going to be a little smaller group, but we still have openings, as I understand it, is in June. We have a Junior Explorers Camp.
Oh, wow.
So it'll be that older grade school age range. And this one's fun because you get to learn the skills of the Lewis and Clark expedition.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
How can we find out more on that?
So for that one, you can find it on our website, campdubois.com. But it's probably better to go to Lewis and Clark's College for Kids website.
Gotcha.
Because that's where you'll sign up, do the actual registration.
And my daughter did it last year and
Was it
loved
good?
it. Yeah, and I did not push her. I didn't mention it. I gave her the list of classes. She ended up taking. She was wearing a shirt the other day that she made at the camp. That was it was yellow. They use natural dyes to do tie-dye shirts and stuff like that.
That's super cool. I like this.
Yeah, the more tangible, the more hands-on, the easier it is to learn.
We'll write up everything in an article on RiverBender.com to make sure you're out there this weekend. Get on the wait list for Hayner. And then you guys have filled up fast for all your events.
I know.
Like, this is getting scary how quickly you guys are filling up.
I was a little concerned, coming on being like, we're going to have a fun event. Sorry you can't come. Feels a little mean. But yeah, I'm very excited that the community has embraced a lot of the things that we're providing. So
They
it's really fun.
are. I mean, your months, one of those is like a month out and you're already full, aren't you?
Yeah. And the fire code is the only thing stopping us from having more people
It's
come.
not you.
It's not you.
It's not you, it's the marshal.
I'm not complaining about that.
And I'm going to give out
Just
Dan
saying.
Brannon's license plate just so you know it's not me driving. But with that being said, we'll link everything, guys. This is really cool. Best of luck with it, and we'll talk again soon.
I'll see you soon.
I'll see you on Wednesday.
I'll see you Wednesday.
And Ramona, you're welcome back anytime.
All right, sounds good.
We'll take a quick break. More Daily Show on this Monday next.